The Abyss, 2023, is a gripping Swedish disaster drama set in Kiruna, a mining town precariously built above one of the world's largest underground iron mines. The film unfolds against the backdrop of an impending geological disaster that threatens to obliterate the city, resonating both metaphorically and literally. It opens with a stark reminder of past mining tragedies and the ever-present risk of seismic activities that shadow the region. Frigga, the mine's head of security, emerges as the central figure. She is portrayed as exceptionally skilled and devoted to her occupation. However, her professional life is complicated by her personal circumstances, which include tumultuous relationships with her ex-husband Tage, her daughter Micah, and her new partner Dabir, a firefighter from Uppsala. While Frigga tirelessly oversees the mine's safety protocols, her fractured family dynamics unfold amid a rising threat of geological instability. The narrative begins with a minor seismic tremor that, while minor in impact, foretells the chaos lurking beneath. Frigga strives to manage her demanding role along with the trials of co-parenting and the nuances of her relationship with Dabir, who unexpectedly appears early on. Frigga's daughter Micah is an activist vociferously opposing the demolition of culturally significant sites like a cafe called Ofta, slated for destruction due to ground instability, highlighting the film's central conflict between heritage preservation and industrial progress. Frigga's son Simon, a quiet and tech-savvy teenager, grapples with the impact of his parents' separation. His sudden disappearance on his birthday unravels worry and confusion, becoming a ticking clock as the narrative emphasizes the town's impending collapse. As the plot thickens, engineers and mine workers report disturbing findings, collapsing tunnels, odd vibrations, and unforeseen geological voids. Frigga and her team uncover a vast fault line underlying the older sections of Kiruna, raising the stakes as Simon's possible whereabouts are believed to be alarmingly close to danger. The mine's structural stability hangs by a thread, leading to a catastrophic rock burst that traps Frigga and several colleagues underground, igniting an urgent rescue mission. Within the perilous confines, Frigga and Tage find themselves forced to confront their unresolved emotional history, leading to a series of poignant exchanges filled with humor, tension, and a flicker of affection amidst the chaos. Their interactions ground the escalating disaster, adding a relatable human element to the film's portrayal of a community on the brink of collapse. Overall, The Abyss weaves together personal and collective struggles, challenging the characters to confront both emotional and existential crises amid a geological threat. As the ground shifts above, cracks expand and sinkholes emerge, resulting in the destruction of streets, playgrounds, and vehicles within the city. In a harrowing moment, a young boy narrowly escapes death when the earth caves in beneath him in a sandbox. This catastrophic situation prompts city officials to mandate a widespread evacuation, causing confusion, panic, and resistance amongst residents who are left uncertain about the calamity unfolding around them. Frigga, having narrowly escaped from a collapsing mine, is driven by a desperate need to locate her son Simon. She fears he may have entered the rift zone, a hazardous restricted area above the failing sections of the mine. Defying her mother's wishes, Micah joins Frigga in the search, partnering with Dabir to navigate the perilous terrain. Upon arriving in the city, Frigga faces an escalating emergency characterized by collapsing infrastructure and overwhelmed rescue workers amidst panicked citizens. Taking charge, she begins issuing urgent orders for the evacuation to New Kiruna, the safer portion of the city. Concurrently, Micah uncovers significant clues about Simon's possible location, specifically a message indicating that he was at a gaming lock-in with friends at his school, which perilously sits over the compromised area. The tension escalates when the school itself starts to fall apart. Frigga, joined by Micah and Dabir, rushes into the dilapidating building in desperate search of Simon and his classmates. The ground beneath them gives way, trapping Simon in a subterranean chamber along with an injured student and a teacher. To save her son, Frigga must confront her deepest fears while descending into the literal abyss. What follows is a gripping rescue operation. Frigga carefully lowers herself into the frail zone, employing a cable system and makeshift rigging. Emotional moments of vulnerability unfold amid the chaos as Frigga expresses her regret to Micah for her previous emotional distance, while Micah shares her love and frustrations. Despite being a newcomer, Dabir showcases unwavering loyalty to the family by coordinating rescue efforts from above. When Frigga finally reaches Simon, she finds him scared but alive. As she stabilizes, the surrounding structure, further collapses threaten their safety. In a last-minute intervention, Frigga's ex-husband Tage arrives to assist, ultimately sacrificing himself to uphold the frail structure, tragically sustaining fatal injuries from falling debris. The film concludes with the survivors Frigga, Simon, Micah, and Dabir emerging from the ruins as the city around them continues to crumble. Kiruna's former vibrancy is irrevocably lost, underscoring the haunting reality that the mine which once sustained the community has now led to its destruction. The Abyss concludes on a bittersweet note as the characters find resilience amid devastation. The tragedy prompts a re-evaluation of deep-rooted family values, with relationships strengthening in the aftermath. As the town of Kiruna, Sweden faces imminent collapse due to the perils of its iron mine, the emotional and physical landscapes shift dramatically. Set against the backdrop of Kiruna, a picturesque yet precarious town situated above one of the largest iron mines globally, the story initially unfolds with a minor tremor that sets off alarms. The tremor hints at the impending disaster that threatens to consume the community nurtured by the mining industry for generations. Frigga, the competent head of security for the mine, navigates her precarious professional context while grappling with her personal challenges. Her relationship with her ex-husband Tage, a returning geologist, is marked by unresolved tensions and lingering feelings. Alongside that, Frigga is a mother to Simon, her introverted teenage son, and Micah, her adult daughter, who staunchly opposes the destruction of Kiruna. Micah embodies the voice of dissent, especially regarding the pending demolition of Ofta's cafe, a cherished establishment at the heart of the community. Her activism positions her at odds with Frigga, who views Micah's approach as recklessness. As protest and parental love clash, their fiery debates underscore the complexities of their relationship. The arrival of Frigga's new partner Dabir, a firefighter, adds both warmth and tension to her already complicated life landscape. As the plot unfolds, Frigga and her colleague Lars detect alarming inconsistencies in the seismic readings from the mine, and workers report unsettling occurrences underground. The corporate pressure to maintain silence for the sake of public calm contradicts Frigga's instinct to investigate the disturbing findings further. The discovery of a fault line lurking beneath the city only amplifies the urgency of the situation. At home, Simon's birthday celebration underscores the family's emotional turmoil. Simon feels isolated amid the clashing dynamics between his parents while grappling with his own anxieties. When he mysteriously disappears that night, Frigga fears the worst, suspecting he may have ventured into one of the condemned buildings, potentially the site of Micah's protests. This triggers a frantic search as Frigga battles an escalating sense of dread, echoing the unfolding crisis of the town. In the gripping climax, the abyss illustrates how catastrophe forces introspection and strengthens familial ties amidst chaos. Although the characters are left marked by their experiences, they emerge transformed, carrying with them the hope and resilience born from loss. To rescue the children and their teacher before it's too late. As she reaches the lower level, the room is filled with panic and confusion. Simon and his friends are frightened but relieved to see Frigga, who quickly assesses the situation. She uses her engineering skills to stabilize the surroundings momentarily while reassuring the kids and the injured teacher. Outside, the city is in chaos as emergency services struggle to manage the multiple crises. The ground continues to shake and more sinkholes appear, prompting a rapid evacuation effort. The authorities work tirelessly to warn residents and direct them to safety, but the situation proves overwhelming. Many people remain oblivious to the hazards, engrossed in their daily lives. Dabir, now heavily engaged in coordinating rescue operations, spreads the word about the evacuations and heads toward the school to aid Frigga and the children. Back in the mine, Frigga, Lars, and Tage face their own dangers, contending with unstable debris as they navigate toward the emergency tunnel. Each step is fraught with tension, and they lean on their collective knowledge and experience to forge ahead. The intensity of their plight brings Frigga and Tage to confront their past, igniting what was once a complex relationship laden with unresolved feelings. They oscillate between frustration and camaraderie, reminding each other of their strengths amidst the chaos. As they finally locate a crew of trapped miners, the urgency deepens. They organize a plan to move the survivors through narrow routes, facilitating a delicate rescue mission that hinges on careful coordination and trust. The camaraderie among the team strengthens as they issue encouragements, their individual fears quelled by a shared goal of survival. Simultaneously, at the school, Micah and Dabir reach the scene, finding the building precariously close to collapse. They join Frigga in formulating an escape route for Simon, his friends, and the injured teacher. With quick thinking and bravery, Frigga manages to secure their path out as they prepare to ascend. In a tense climax, as the structure trembles further, the rescue team works diligently against the clock. Frigga's determination to save the children and her acknowledgement of the community's dire situation echo throughout the rescue efforts, showcasing her unwavering spirit and ability to mobilize others in times of crisis. Just moments before the final collapse, they make it to safety, a victory against the odds in a town enveloped in turmoil. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.